Yo, what's going on, guys? As you can see, it was a great day on the charts today. I made $200 times about five, made 1K. So, um, pretty much how I made that money, how I won that trade. All right, so pretty much it was long, right? I was initially bullish on the day, but we opened with a huge move up, so I was like, all right, I'll just take a short. Um, if an SMT formed, and yeah, I'm gonna do one new thing, which is just I'm only gonna be trading SMTs because I back tested it and it's they've helped me out, so I'm just gonna do that. Um, and because I feel like I'm like my setup can apply, or the forever model can low key apply everywhere, like, but that's just only if you're reading it right. But I'll tell you how I switched my bias like twice, I guess. So coming into market open, I was bullish, all because like look in the 4 hour daily, like we're just in equilibrium right here, and then this 4 hour gap right here that we rejected twice off of it. So I was like, all right, I would like to reject a third time, and then the 1 hour, same shit. We got this fair value gap, and then rejection off this inverse right here, and then going to 15 minute. I use the 4, 1, and the 15 minute time frames. 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15 minutes. So 15 minute. I'm trying to look for an SMT, because that's I'm just what I'm doing now. So let me bring out the second chart. So yeah, we do get an SMT at market open. We sweep this 12:45 high or a 1 p.m. high around there, but we don't on ES. So I'm like, all right, I'll take a short, and we do get it set up right here. I'll show you what the trade would have potentially looked like. It would have looked like this. Well, technically, it would have been like this. It would have technically looked like that because it didn't retest. But the change in state of delivery was right here. I should have entered this trade just because we also had a change in state on ES. But I wasn't too sure about today because I was also bullish, right? But then we had that SMT that held, and it's still holding kind of right now. But that was the first trade that I was gonna take, but I didn't take because there was no retest. So it was pretty much change in state right here, inverse where I got right there. We do get a tap in the inverse, but we don't get the tap into the change in state. But it's all good, nothing to stress about at all. Into the second trade was also an SMT in the buy side direction, and you may be saying like, "Yo, like why would you enter on both, right? Or why would you enter when you got a 4 hour SMT, maybe even a daily? No, not daily, but 4 hour SMT, 1 hour SMT, like pretty much is because what do I like to say? Markets, it's not me, but what do markets do? They go like this, they go to equilibrium, right? So I'm like, maybe I'll just catch a little reversal, right? And that's exactly what happened. And I mean, the halfway point for the equilibrium was right here, which it hit right here, but I was still confident, and we hit to this high, and then we're respecting this gap right now. So that's the trade, or like why I took the trade, and it was same shit, same forever model. We sweep this liquidity right here, and then on ES we sweep this 247 low, creating the SMT because we didn't sweep it on here on NQ. So we pump up. We have our change in state delivery right here, which is our order block, the open price of the order block, and we close above it, and then we get our tap back in right here, and we respect the inverse fair value gap, which is lovely. And then I wanted to wait for this fair value gap to inverse, and then we fucking did. And then after that, we were like chopping, and then we just have this huge move up. And then I was gonna do like up to this take profit, but I was like, we do have a 4 hour SMT, so I'm just gonna keep it to like right here, which is my entry. It was like my entry for, it was like right here. It was my entry for the sell side trade. But yeah, that's pretty much how I made, or how I won my trade today. $200 profit, and the reason it's only 200 was again because it was only a reversal, so I didn't want to like full port or anything. So I was gonna lower my contract size and kind of lower my risk too as well. Yeah. I'm hoping. I mean, this is great PA, honestly. So I'm hoping the rest of the month we get this PA because we got a new month, new week. So obviously, PA doesn't change like just because the month changed, but you know what I mean. I'm just hoping this month we get our good PA, and then I'll get that fucking payout. Um, yeah. That's how I made 200. So thank you for watching. If you watched to the end, like, please, I fuck with you. But yeah. So yeah, summarize it. I'm gonna use the new strategy, or not new strategy, but only to trade on SMTs because they're very helpful, and try and get them like all the 5 minute and up. 1 minute and 3 minutes is just not, to me, isn't like a high time frame enough to like trust it. But that's what happened today, and tomorrow set a banger. This whole week's got news, so it should be good this week. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.